watching the Patriots on Sunday night, every single time Drake Maye took off and ran for first downs, Cooper did look at me, my son, in his Drake Maye number 10 jersey that Susie and I secured for him for Hanukkah. He did say to me, Matthew Stafford can't do that, Dad. Saying that over and over and over again. What does Matthew Stafford do?
He can't.
Matthew
Stafford had 1 rushing yard this year.
Well, Matthew Stafford doesn't have the same game as Drake Maye. He's also 37, and Maye is at 23 and is growing and grown up and dropping his Huggies week in and week out. And he now has a playoff win under his belt. And last night, the Sunday night game, was the first game of Wild Card Weekend that felt like the final score did not indicate how badly a team got their behinds beat. The 13-point game that the Patriots won, it was first of all, the only game in which there wasn't a fourth quarter lead change. It was the only game where it was a double-digit margin of victory. And, again, watching it with Coop, when it was 6-3, he goes, Dad, if they score a touchdown, do you think this game is over? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was saying that too.
I do.
Yeah, first team to score a touchdown felt like they were going to win.
Well, even if the Chargers did get in the end zone, the Patriots were just the better team last night. And the one thing that I think Patriots fans should 100% feel great about is the fact that their defense looked championship quality on Sunday night. Because that was the question coming in, is can they play defense well enough to win a playoff game? Now, listen, the whole business of they didn't play a team with a winning record quite a bit, et cetera, et cetera. You can only beat the teams you can only play the teams that you play. That's the old axiom, and it's the truth. And what they did was not only beat them, they frequently beat them up and began to get enough confidence within themselves and began to get enough confidence with their systems and with their coaching, with everything, that when rubber meets the road, it's now winner go home time. What will you do? And what they did last night was just absolutely destroy the Los Angeles Chargers on their offensive side of the ball. And what you need to do in the playoffs is take an opponent and break their will. That's what you need to do. And if you have the added benefit of having an opponent in your house, that's an added benefit, and the extra added benefit of that opponent coming into your house with some ghosts in their own past, recent past, then you make them see those ghosts again. And that's what they did with Justin Herbert. Mm-hmm. Justin Herbert, at once upon a time, had a 27-0 lead at halftime of his first playoff game of his career, lost it. So if he's up big, you want to come back on him, you want to start making him see the ghosts of losing a big lead, you can do that. Sounds good. His second playoff game of his career, one and done, 4 interceptions. So if you start picking him off, you start making him see those ghosts again, all the better. Well, the Chargers never had a lead, and that one was kind of surprising to me. I thought Jim was going to take the points. Harbaugh's been taking points all season long. He does go for it on fourth down every now and then, but he went for it on fourth down after the Chargers got the first takeaway of the game on a tip ball up in the air. They were all over Drake Maye to start this game, and they couldn't get it in the end zone inside the 10-yard line. And I thought to myself, he's going to take the 3 and at least take the lead and play defense again and tell the young buck, now try it. Down 3-0. Instead, they went for it, didn't get it. Didn't also expect, I'm sure, to have Ramondre Stevenson rip one off of a dump-off pass, take it all the way to midfield right away. But it changed the tenor of the game at that moment. And then what the Chargers did was they didn't come back on Justin Herbert to make him see ghosts. And they also didn't pick him off to make him see ghosts. What they did was get after him in the second half to make him see the ghosts of this entire season. And then start to feel like it's not my night in general. And that's what they did. And they did it so effectively, and they did it with so many players all over the place on every level of the defense. All of it, front to back. What a tail kicking. What an absolute tail kicking. And then Drake Maye, after those mistakes, he also got picked off a second time, or fumbled in this game.
Fumbled, yeah.
He fumbled, so he turned it over twice. And each time, just a resiliency to the point where
He had a great second half.
his throw to Hunter Henry over Derwin James Jr. was spectacular.
Yeah.
Spectacular, with people draped on him too, because they were getting to him.
Yep.
The Chargers pass rush showed up in this playoff game.
Both defenses, was it over 10 sacks in the game?
Correct. And I thought it was rightful to say that he's not seen a top 5 defense all season long. What's going to happen this time around? And what he did was just what he's done all year, which is take off when he needs to, keep his eyes up down the field when he needs to. At one point, Josh McDaniels called for a fake pitch keeper.
He was
on Khalil Mack of all people that I believe he pantsed on that.
Reverse pass too, where he was open and the pass just kind of sailed over his head.
I didn't like that call, by the way. I thought that,
a little cute, but he was
cute.
open.
Everything else was working, man. Yeah. But that said, kudos. Every step of the way, and now they've got a home game against the winner of tonight's game. Aaron Rodgers coming in, or it's the Houston Texans. I bet you want the Steelers.
I want the Steelers.
I bet
in the worst
you do.
way.
Yeah,
in the worst way.
Yeah, because the pass rush that got home last night for the Chargers, I called Chargers versus Texans. I didn't call Tui Pelotu's name once in that game. And obviously he had a better night last night.
Yeah, the tip ball in the
I called Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter's name and Lassiter's name and Derek Stingley Jr.'s name and Jalen Petry's name and Azeez Al-Shire's name. I called all their names in that game. But, again, they might not see him. The Steelers might take care of business tonight. This is really about the Patriots for the moment. Patriots can win the whole damn thing. If the defense plays like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a fact. And Travion Henderson didn't do very much. It was a Ramondre night.
It was.
And, again, these playoff games are tricky for rookies, even with rookies who have got national championship experience, like Travion Henderson. But, again, your coach, man, he's unbelievable. I just think he's awesome. His 2.0, I think, is better than his 1.0. You could say the same thing. And by the way, did you notice that Vrabel was wearing a hoodie in the first half of that game? I turned to Coop. I'm like, is he cutting off the sleeves, man?
Yeah, he always wears a vest, but that's the first.
He went hoodie.
Game
he put the hood up.
He went vest over hoodie.
He went hood up, and I'm like, oh, is that a nod? Is that But he is just a better version of himself that's already won Coach of the Year. He knows exactly what he is doing. Culture-wise, this building is 100% lockstep. He's got a first-rate, A++ play caller dialing it up in the ear of Drake May, letting him do his job. What's happened on the defensive side of the ball with who's coaching it and why not, for it all to be clicking right now. Vrabel is just superb. And Milton Williams,
oh, man.
He tried to give him a kiss, and instead he got a headbutt from him, and he's bleeding from his lip.
That's why you pay that guy, though.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Money for sure. This is Vrabel after the game about that split lip.
Well, we talked to him about being willing to spill some blood out there and that the big dogs come out in January. And I think Milt took that to heart and the way that he played the game and the way he finished the game. And he came over and, got me pretty good, but, that's what happens.
I love him. He's so perfect for that city and that moment and this team and this franchise and getting them to where they are right now with 15 wins and a home divisional playoff game with a chance to go to the Super Bowl, a real one, and an MVP candidate quarterback. It's just got to tip the cap, man. All of it. Absolutely all of it. And every Patriot fan I know, from members of my own family, the guy across the way here, everybody, just out of their skulls, every right to be so. Unbelievable.
Good
Superb.
for them. Good for them.
Good for them is exact. Well, I mean, I listen. I know the Eagles fans are now out, so the fan base that chirps the most is still in the mix. So, they're back. They're back. You better get ready for it. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.